I started playing tennis when I was 10 years old. After school, my sister would do swimming lessons and I'd just be there just hanging around. And it was actually my mum that just sort of said one day, to fill that time, why don't you just do a tennis lesson? So she went to the desk and booked me in like a Saturday morning or afternoon squad, just like mini tennis. And that's basically how it started. And after that, I just started playing more and more and got into it. I've always had a pretty good belief in myself, but there's always situations where they're tough situations and you've got to believe in yourself, and that's how I approach it. And over time and experience, I've got better at doing that. And just sometimes in the beginning, maybe I overplayed because of my game. It's aggressive, so maybe I felt the need to overplay when I played guys above me or started out on the tour playing professionals. But over time I realised that my game was good enough and I didn't have to overplay. I just had to stay calm and just go through the process. And basically that's how over time I found myself on tour and top 100, top 50, and now I'm top 25. So that's just how I've eased into it and just believing in my game and letting it come naturally. When it's going well, it's one of those things you just try not change anything. So whatever, you're obviously in a zone where you're feeling it, everything is going well, your tactics are right, you're moving well, you're making the right decisions. I try and focus on what's working well for me right now and just stick with that game plan, not try and change anything or do anything special. I talked about earlier trying to overplay, just don't overplay, keep it simple and do what's working. And then when things aren't going well, it's more about identifying things, certain maybe game plans or shots the opponent's doing, and just working around that. It's more about finding a way to combat that. So that's what I think about. And also, especially in the Grand Slams, it's nice to know it's best of 5 sets. It's like a marathon, it's not a sprint, so there's always going to be chances and times to have that momentum change. I mean, for sure, I still love the game of tennis. There's so much that you can go for. Like, there's so many, I guess, competitions you can try and win, ambitions. If it's Davis Cup or the #1 ranking or a Grand Slam, or even when you first tour event, there's always goals you can set. For sure, trying to enjoy it is the main thing. It's not always so easy when you're, every day invested into it and taking it seriously. But I just try and remind myself of where I was and where I am now, and I guess how lucky I am or how fortunate I am to get there. So I try and focus on what I have and how fortunate I am in this position, and I guess that sort of keeps you grounded and makes you enjoy it a bit more. I'm Kyle Edmund, and this is why I play tennis.